From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Thanksgiving Eve. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth. All right, for this Wednesday morning, our mountain passes are still a little bit snowy / slushy. There are some icy roads in the vicinity of the Kittitas Valley. That's going to go through 10 a.m. this morning, and more wet weather is going to be possible right through Thanksgiving Day, right through Black Friday, right through Saturday as well. This morning, we're seeing the last gasp of this round. We have another round of wet weather coming, obviously, but we're still seeing some rain and snow mixing for our Blue Mountain passes. We'll show you what those pass conditions look like coming up here in just a bit. We are seeing some fog out there for this morning in the Kittitas Valley, starting to creep into the Yakima Valley, trying to get into the lower Columbia Basin as well. So in those patches of fog, of course, take it slow and use the low beams. Temperatures out there for this morning are mostly in the 30s. It's going to step forward here in just a second. There we go. We are mostly in the 30s. We are seeing some low 40s, and we're right around freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, which is very important, especially in the Kittitas Valley. So for today, it's going to be a gray day. It's not going to be as wet. There will be some rain chances, but first I'll take you on that tour of what our mountain passes look like for this morning. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, a car ends up upside down on a disc golf course, and now this morning we're learning what investigators say caused that crash and the serious charges that driver is now facing. Plus, a fatal crash renewing urgent calls for change along a stretch of road that families say has seen too many tragedies. Coming up, why safety demands on Highway 395 are growing louder. And after more than a week shut down, a crucial fuel pipeline is back online, and that could mean smoother flights across the Northwest just in time for the holidays. We have these details on these stories and so much more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off, and we begin this morning with some new details on a rollover crash that tied up traffic along State Route 240 Monday evening. I was actually stuck in this traffic myself. This happened around 4:30 near the Edison Street off-ramp when troopers say a car veered off the road, plowed through a fence, and came to rest upside down in the disc golf course there in Columbia Park. Washington State Patrol say the driver, a 48-year-old Kennewick woman, was under the influence at the time. She's now facing DUI charges. First responders rushed to the scene with one person loaded into the ambulance after being pulled from the vehicle and taken away on a stretcher. Traffic in the westbound lanes stacked up for some time while Kennewick police, fire crews, and troopers all cleared the debris, and the investigation is still underway. And staying on the roadways, a deadly crash on Highway 395 is once again raising concerns about safety in that stretch of road that's seen far too many fatalities. This time, a Colotus councilman was killed Tuesday morning after troopers say his car failed to yield and was hit by an SUV. Washington State Patrol say troopers responded just after 6:30 to the intersection of Highway 395 and Vineyard Drive. They say a white Hyundai Elantra driven by 77-year-old Pierre Robital entered the highway and was hit by an SUV traveling northbound. Troopers say they tried to save Robital, but sadly he passed away at the scene.
This week tends to be one of the busiest weeks of the year for travelers across our entire state. We have people that are taking time off from work to visit family and friends and celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday. With that comes an increase in vehicles on our roadway, so we want people to please be extra cautious.
And the driver of that SUV was also taken to the hospital with some minor injuries. Washington State Patrol say this marks the 10th fatal crash in this area in just the last 5 years. They're urging drivers to slow down and use caution. 5:04, taking you to Yakima now, where a quick-thinking passerby helped trigger a water rescue near Donald late yesterday morning. Around 11:30, Yakima County Sheriff's deputies and Fire District 5 crews responded to a man clinging to an overturned canoe in a pond off of 182. The 25-year-old from Parker had been fishing with friends when the canoe flipped, and none of them had a phone on them. A driver actually on the interstate called 911. Deputies trained in water rescue went to the cold water using tied-together ropes and pulled the man to safety where medics were waiting. Officials say the teamwork made for a successful rescue. And crews have partially restarted the Olympic pipeline east of Everett after it was shut down for more than a week. In a statement, BP, the company that operates the pipeline, said testing conducted Monday allowed them to safely restart part of the pipeline Tuesday morning. The pipeline is responsible for sending fuel to SeaTac Airport, helping get hundreds of flights off the ground each day. During the pipeline shutdown, airlines have needed to stop long-haul flights at nearby airports to refuel and have been tankering in fuel on incoming flights. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek's declaring a state of emergency because the state gets 90% of its fuel from that pipeline. 5:05 and taking you to Kennewick now, where leaders have voted against raising the city's property tax levy next year, a move city staff said could deepen an already looming budget shortfall. The 1% increase would have cost the average homeowner about $25 a year, but brought in more than $150,000 to the city. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen explains why the council rejected it and what it could mean for services.
In a split vote, the Kennewick City Council rejected a 1% property tax levy increase, and even the option to bank that capacity for later. It would have cost homeowners about $25 a year on a $400,000 home.
Our costs are already outpacing what we're bringing in, so we're dipping into our reserve funds to do that. Without continuing to increase our revenue options, that reserve fund is going to continue to deplete, and now we're looking at cost cuts.
The levy would have raised about $158,000 next year. Money staff say is already built into the 2025-2026 budget to cover rising, uncontrollable costs like jail and court services. But several council members said the increase was too small to matter.
I'll be voting no on this. I don't see it this time. I'm not for it. We've done this plenty. I've sat up here multiple times, and every time we vote on things, it's been an increase. I've never decreased anything up here, and I'm not for it this time.
Others said residents are already facing higher costs, from garbage fees jumping to 70% to a new road sales tax and utility hikes for ambulance service.
Property taxes are going up, every single year, and the inflationary atmosphere, not just with homes, but just for groceries, everything compounds. And so I think the issue is where can we draw the line? And I'd like to say that this is it.
The 1% increase failed 5-2. A last-minute try to bank the capacity failed 4-3. Erdman warns without new revenue, the city could face a $10 million shortfall next biennium. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And city leaders say that they'll revisit the city's long-term financial picture during a retreat early next year, and more budget adjustments are likely. But for now, Kennewick will collect the same property tax rate, $1.30 per thousand of assessed value, which is about $520 a year on a $400,000 home. And looking to your voice, your vote. Counties across the state have put the final stamp on approval of the 2025 election, with all of the results being certified just yesterday. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us how key races in our area went and how voter turnout stacks up to previous years.
It's a common misconception that we hear a lot of the times when we're voting, that odd-year elections don't really matter. It's no secret that odd-year elections have lower turnout rates than even years, but county officials say it's always important to let your voice be heard. In Yakima County, voters had a lot on the ballot, leading them to recommend upholding the county's marijuana ban outside city limits, as well as vote in Marshall Slight as county coroner. County Auditor Charles Ross says those were two of the key things he thought were on the ballot this cycle.
And then, of course, that city tax vote was very, very important to the city residents of Yakima. I mean, you're seeing every time they have a meeting, they're talking about, their budget issues.
Over in Benton County, voters rejected chapter and levy proposals, which County Auditor Amanda Hatfield says were defining moments of the election for the county.
There were the ballot measures. So the city of Richland had their measure for changing the charter, and that unfortunately didn't make it through. And then Kyvie School District measure didn't make it through as well.
Reflecting upon the election, both auditors say operations ran pretty smoothly, and Hatfield says Benton County plans to engage with the community to boost voter turnout for the next cycle. And Ross says he wants voters to know two things as we head towards the 2026 election.
Just remember, this next election cycle, you'll see state races as well as all county races are going to be on the ballot.
And for people who like to vote by mail, Ross says to use drop boxes or vote in person if you haven't sent in your ballot a week before Election Day. Reporting from Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And the next general election is November 3rd of next year. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, Ukraine and Russia inch closer to a long-term peace agreement. But this morning, major gaps remain. Coming up in your national headlines, we'll break down what's changed and what still stands in the way. And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert has a look at your first alert forecast, what we can expect as we make our way towards Thanksgiving with snow in the forecast. We're back after the break.
Hey, it's me. I'm still waiting for that once-in-a-lifetime deal. You know, the one that never actually happens?
Not this time. The final year-end countdown is on across every McCurley location with their biggest selection of the year and exciting year-end offers like financing as low as 3.99% on select new Hondas. When we compete, you win. It's the easy way home, your way home. Find your deal today at McCurley Honda.
Oh, yeah.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Toyotathon is on, and right now, you can lease a new adventure-ready 2025 RAV4 for just $289 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our patients. It's been a pleasure to serve you and to improve your smiles. So, from all of us to you and yours, happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas.
Busy work week or feeling under the weather? Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic, located on Chardonnay Avenue, is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your health can't wait. Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic is open on weekends. Walk-ins are welcome, or call 509-786-1576 to make an appointment. This is how we care.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Sing, dance, and let your spirit come alive.
With holiday performances by Gwen Stefani, Lady A, Aloe Black, and more.
Nothing beats the magic of Disney for the holidays.
The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular, Monday on ABC.
Kraken stars. Coverage begins at 7 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, our mountain passes aren't looking as bad as they were late last night. We did see Snoqualmie Pass close at one point. They have improved since then, but they're still snowy / slushy. So let's go ahead and take you on that tour. Stevens Pass, compact snow and ice. This is the only place where traction tires are required, and you can see more about those specifications listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Take you down to Snoqualmie Pass. Again, it's reopened, but it is snowy / slushy, and traction tires are advised. It'll take you down to White Pass, where it is also snowy and slushy, and traction tires are also advised. And it'll take you all the way over to the Blues. This is Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Compact snow and ice and traction tires are advised. Okay, now we'll take you down to lower elevations. It is a little bit icy for portions of the Kittitas Valley this morning. We're thinking these should greatly improve by 10 a.m., but you're seeing some of this pink on the map, which indicates some areas of black ice. So that is in the periphery of the Kittitas Valley. If you're driving there, if you're on the roads there this morning, of course, just take it slow and be wary of that. All right. For today, it is going to be a cool day out there. In fact, I'd argue it's going to be a chilly day, as we'll have 40s for lower elevations, and overnight lows are going to drop down into the 30s across the map. High temperatures should stay put in the 40s over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities, although will be a little bit cooler cooler as we head into this weekend. Those overnight lows going to drop down into the mid-20s by Saturday night and beyond that. So, of course, we'll keep a close eye on that. But first, more wet weather is on the way right through Thanksgiving Day. I'll talk about that Thanksgiving forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:15. Turning to national headlines this morning, a major development in the push for peace in Ukraine. President Trump now saying he'll send his top envoy to meet with Vladimir Putin. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest.
This morning, a U.S. official says Ukraine has agreed to a lengthy peace plan after an apparent breakthrough during recent talks in Switzerland.
People are starting to realize it's a good deal for both parties if they got to stop the war.
President Trump on social media saying the original 28-point peace plan, which was drafted by the United States, has been fine-tuned with additional input from both sides, and there are only a few remaining points of disagreement. Among the changes to the original plan, a source says there's no longer a strict limit on the size of Ukraine's army. But among the issues still unresolved, how much land Ukraine surrenders to Russia. The first draft of the deal was criticized for heavily favoring Russia, but Trump last night claimed the Kremlin is now making sacrifices too, though he did not say what those may be.
They're making concessions. Their big concession is they stop fighting and they don't take any more land.
It comes as we learn how Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff may have brought Russia to the bargaining table. Bloomberg reports a transcript of a phone call shows Witkoff advised a Kremlin aide on how Vladimir Putin should pitch a peace plan to President Trump. Witkoff proposing that Putin called Trump to congratulate him on the recent peace deal in Gaza, and then tell Trump that he respects him as a man of peace. Witkoff saying after that, it's going to be a really good call.
Now, President Trump now says he believes Witkoff will meet with Putin next week in Moscow to discuss the revised peace deal. Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, may also join him. We'll keep you updated. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth and a look at your first alert forecast as we give you a live look outside from our BuyMart camera in Yakima. Let you know what you can expect as you head out the door this morning, and if you're traveling for Thanksgiving, where the snow may be falling. We're back right after the break.
It's Mattress Depot USA's November sales event.
Meaning no money down and no interest for up to 3 years on our best-selling mattresses.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Save now with Black Friday pricing at BuyMart, where we're saving you more on what you need, leaving you more for Christmas gift giving. Rustler men's straight leg regular fit jeans are sale priced at just $9.99. Hot Wheels are sale priced at 79 cents. Dello 15W40 diesel oil is sale priced at $9.99. And all CoverGirl cosmetics are 50% off. Save now with our best prices of the season during our open house at your employee-owned BuyMart.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance for your heating system check. Call before November 30th to schedule your appointment and you'll pay only $96. Don't wait. Call today or book online.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
Experience pure holiday enchantment at Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend, December 5th through 7th. Kick off Friday night with live music, twinkling lights, and sips of exceptional wines poured straight from the barrel. And the fun continues Saturday downtown with bustling crowds as shops, the farmers market, and the holiday indoor market open their doors. The magic peaks with a spectacular parade of lights, transforming downtown into a winter wonderland. Don't miss the heartwarming escape. Visit Walla Walla December 5th through 7th and taste the season.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will talk about those rain chances for Thanksgiving Day in just a second, but first I wanted to show you Futurecast satellite and radar and show you why our weather is so active, and it's because, well, we're not really getting that much of a break between the last storm system and the next storm system. That's going to impact us into Wednesday and Thursday. So this area of low pressure, there's a cold front, there's a warm front, there's an occluded front. So all that to say our weather is going to continue to be active. And then this version of Futurecast has us much drier into Friday and Saturday. I do agree with that trend, but I think maybe it's underselling some of the potential for leftover showers into Friday and Saturday. So first, let's take a look at Futurecast radar for the next 48 hours. And you can see 8 this morning, looking pretty dry out there, but by lunchtime, rain chances starting to pick up from the south, and those are going to become much more widespread into this evening, into the overnight hours. Now looking a little bit drier for the wee hours of the morning for Thanksgiving Day, but by 8 a.m. starting to see some more widespread rain on the map. It's going to ebb and flow throughout tomorrow, so it's going to start to flow again as we head into the evening, and that'll continue into the wee hours of the morning for Black Friday. So here's a breakdown of that Thanksgiving Day forecast for tomorrow, obviously, but in the Yakima Valley and in the Tri-Cities. Looks like in the Yakima Valley, the wettest part of the day is going to be in the morning, a little bit closer to lunchtime in the Tri-Cities, but of course there's that next wave of wet weather that we're expecting as we head into the evening. Of course, you can see all those hour-by-hour precip chances for your neck of the woods, especially for tomorrow, by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Okay, a little caveat to this forecast. There could be a little glaze of ice for mountain passes from 10 p.m. on Wednesday to 10 p.m. on Thursday, but this round not going to be nearly as snowy as the last round. And then wet weather is going to continue right through Saturday. Here's what that's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. Considerably drier for Black Friday and Saturday, then completely dry by Sunday. And this is looking like it's going to be another round where the Cascades are going to be the winner. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry today, but rain chances come back tonight and continue through Saturday. In Yakima, rain likely Thanksgiving Day, but trending drier Black Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, icy patches on the roads through 10 this morning, maybe another rain-snow mix Saturday. And then for Hermiston, rain likely for Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, maybe a leftover shower for Saturday. And then for Walla Walla, wet weather is probable for the holiday and Friday, a leftover shower for Saturday, then dry by Sunday.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. Well, we're talking about our own kind of extreme weather, but it is nothing like this. Take a look. A tornado carving out a path of destruction Monday through the Houston areas in Texas, all caught on police dash cam.
More than 100 homes were damaged in Harris County, with entire neighborhoods left covered in debris. And the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touchdown, but has not yet rated the storm. Oof. And I've had many nightmares that have looked just like that. Thankfully, I've never had the privilege of seeing a tornado in person, but man, that is scary stuff.
Scary thinking about it, isn't it? I know. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A fan favorite finale, emotional moments on the dance floor, and the results that had viewers buzzing. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, we're going to show you the standout moments and the couple crowned this season's champions of Dancing with the Stars.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models. See your Inland Empire GMC dealers.
From our family at Scott Smith State Farm, serving the Tri-Cities for over 15 years with our 2 locations in Kennewick and 1 in Yakima. We wish you joy, peace, and prosperity this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at Scott Smith State Farm.
It's out with Thanksgiving and in with Thanksgetting during the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings add up. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, bedroom, dining room, or fall into a new mattress. Check out Doorbusters while they last, plus 60 months no interest. But hurry, the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Lung disease is very difficult to live with in many ways, and our goal here is to truly live the mission of Good Shepherd, which is patients first, always. Our pulmonology and sleep medicine team is here for you. We're here to provide you world-class care. Please contact us and come to see us. It will be our privilege to serve you.
Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
All right, 526, welcome back. Heading into the ballroom this morning as season 34 of Dancing with the Stars is now officially over.
Yeah, it came down to 5 teams, all dancing to very strong judges' scores. And when viewers added their 72+ million votes to the equation, the winner was named. Now this morning, ABC's George Pinocchio has the full breakdown of the night.
Robert and Whitney!
Australian zookeeper Robert Irwin and his partner Whitney Carson are the newest champions of Dancing with the Stars. They scored 89 out of 90 points with their 3 dances. And while that 1 point away from perfection landed them in second place with the judges, viewers tipped the scales in their favor for the win.
Just been so emotional tonight because it's been such a dream. And it means so much more than just what happens on this ballroom. It's the stories that we've told. It's what we both represent. And to stand by you in this experience has been the absolute highlight.
This entire season has just felt like such a gift, and I don't take any of it for granted. And I'm just so proud of you, and I'm proud of our season. I'll remember it forever.
Social media star Alex Earl and her partner Val Schmerkovsky got 3 perfect scores in the finale. But when the fans weighed in, it landed them in second. Finishing third, or she might say bronze, Olympic gymnast Jordan Childs and her partner Ezra Sosa.
I'm beyond happy. I think this literally changed my whole entire life, and I'm just happy that I got the experience that I did.
Right behind them for a 4th place finish this season, social media and reality TV star Dylan Efron and his partner Daniela Karagach.
I'm gonna miss it. Like that's it. Like we've poured everything into this, so it's taken over our life for the last 2 months, 3 months, whatever it's been. So I know it's gonna sink in a day or two, and I'm gonna miss it.
Actress Elaine Hendricks and partner Alan Burstyn rounded out the season's top 5.
Love them all. I do. I love them all. But Team Robert for sure.
Yeah.
Thrilled that he won. He's just a gem. He's
Gem
just
of a human being.
Yeah, just like that genuine spirit and family and
yeah, you just can't help but smile listening to him talk and all the joy he brings to everything. And as someone who didn't watch a minute of this season of Dancing with the Stars,
why am I surprised?
I saw that coming from a mile away. I knew he had it the whole time.
There you go. All right. Let's do much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A major legal challenge aims to protect supportive housing funding. Coming up, why Yakima providers say the stakes couldn't be higher. Plus, your next trip to the grocery store is going to cost you a little more. The statewide change raising the price of plastic bags, what the state says is behind the increase. It's all coming up in our 5:30 half hour of news, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the partnership contract that launched Apple is now expected to fetch as much as $4 million at auction. It was signed by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in 1976, giving them stakes of 45% each. The other 10% went to an engineer who sold it days later for just $800. Some YouTube users will now see an option called Your Custom Feed next to their standard Home tab. It's a feature being tested allowing you to enter prompts about what videos you'd like to see more or less of. No word how long the test will last. And who needs a big screen TV when you can have a box of mac and cheese that's just as big? Kraft's Mac Friday box is 65 inches wide and holds 65 individual servings of mac and cheese. It goes on sale Friday through Walmart's website for under $20. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
Yeah. So we need to...
Sickle! And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
I got this wow skin from Olay Super Serum Body Wash with 5 powerful ingredients to transform my skin from dull to luminous. I then use new Super Serum Body Lotion to stay luminous longer. For me, it's only Olay Super Serum.
Kellogg's cereal. Grain, sugar, salt, malt. That's it. Plus vitamins and minerals. Oh, and ice cold milk.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Jessica has the morning off, and we are talking weather this morning because a lot of people, of course, started traveling yesterday. They're going to continue to travel today. And some of those roadways and mountain passes could be a little dicey as people are heading out the door.
Yes, thankfully not as dicey as last night. They have improved, but still we're seeing some snowy and slushy roadways out there, so we'll talk about that. Let's talk about all of our big weather stories. Of course, we just touched on the mountain passes, and it's not just in the mountains, but some lower elevations, and it's really the highest of the lower elevations. But in the Kittitas Valley, seeing some icy spots on some of those roadways this morning. That should improve by 10 a.m., and then more wet weather is going to be slated for today through Saturday, but it's not looking as snowy. Okay, first alert radar is showing you the last gasp of that last round that we dealt with. Still a bit of a rain-snow mix for our Blue Mountain passes, but again, much drier out there. We are seeing some fog this morning, sort of constricting the Kittitas Valley, trying to get into portions of the lower Columbia Basin, and we'll see if this sneaks into the Bluefoot Hills as well. But in those areas, take it slow and use the low beams. Temperatures this morning, mostly in the 30s and 40s. We are right at freezing in the Kittitas Valley, which is very important for the improvement of those roadways. We want to see it get above 32 degrees. Rain chances going to go back up in the Tri-Cities for this evening, mainly after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So for today, it's still going to be gray and gloomy out there, but conditions are improving in terms of our mountain passes. I'll take you on that tour of our mountain passes coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much. We began this half hour of news in Yakima, where Washington Attorney General Nick Brown is suing the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, saying a new federal policy could push more people into the county into homelessness. The lawsuit claims that HUD's rule changes would cut funding for permanent supportive housing, the type many Yakima residents with chronic homelessness, disabilities, or mental health needs depend on for local providers, including Justice Housing, Yakima, and Yakima Neighborhood Health Services. They say the changes could unravel years of progress and lead to more people living unsheltered.
Lives are literally at risk by this decision. Providers in our state receive $120 million annually under this program. These funds help people in Washington going through some of the most difficult situations that you can possibly imagine. We're talking about survivors of domestic violence, families struggling with chronic homelessness, people that are exiting treatment facilities or the foster care system.
Now, Washington is joining 19 other states in the challenge, arguing that the new rules are illegal and would create a surge in homelessness across rural counties like Yakima. Well, a big win for the Natchez community, as the Yakima Valley Library's Board of Trustees has officially approved a new 3-year contract for the Natchez Library. Supporters packed meetings, signed petitions, and spoke out for months, all to keep the library's future secure. Community members are celebrating the vote, calling it a victory made possible by every person who showed up or voiced support. The library and town council also receiving thanks from residents who say the decision shows what can happen when a community comes together. 5:35, taking you to Oregon now, where Hermiston City Council has approved a new curbside recycling rate, $8 a month, with a lower $6.80 rate for qualifying low-income households. The change is required under Oregon's Recycling Modernization Act, which mandates curbside service for cities over 4,000 people by 2026. City says opting out would cost far more, with state fines starting at $183,000 a year. Customers won't be billed until service launches in 2026, once trucks, carts, and drivers are in place. Consumer alert for you this morning, as you may soon see an increase in the number of plastic bags you purchase at the grocery store. Starting January 1st, restaurants and retailers in Washington state will raise the price of plastic carryout bags to 12 cents per bag. Paper bags will remain 8 cents. The increase in bag fees is a part of the 2020 law designed to reduce the use of single-use plastic bags. Washington law bans single-use plastic bags. The retailers and restaurants are required to supply customers with a thicker, reusable plastic bag made of at least 40% recycled material. In July, new legislation was introduced that would increase the price of these bags. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, 5 bowlers, rotating frames, and big team energy. This morning, we're taking you inside one of Washington's most unique high school sports. We're talking sports right after the break. It's 5:36.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Hey, Whitney, do you know what I love? What? Good Morning America!
This morning, it's the GMA Morning After Dance Party event with all the dancers. Only on
Good Morning America. Good Morning America! See you on GMA.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Experience the magic at Country Mercantile's Holly Jolly Fest this December at our Richland location. Every Saturday and Sunday, December 6th through 21st, starting at 12 p.m. Bring the whole family for letters to Santa, live music, cookie decorating, and pictures with Santa. Free hot cocoa and train rides every weekend. Explore our gift shop for unique finds, from artisan chocolates to gourmet goodies, perfect for the season. Make your holidays holly and jolly at Country Mercantile's Fest.
Not sure what to wrap this Christmas? Try wrapping a full day of fun. For just $30, give them the thrill of one day of unlimited carnival rides and an admission ticket to the 2026 Benton Franklin Fair, August 25th to 29th. Choose a youth package with a cuddly stuffed animal or an adult package tucked in a festive stocking. It's a deal too good to last. Find them now through Christmas Eve at Ranch and Home in Kennewick and Pasco. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. The 2026 Benton Franklin Fair. Give them a day they'll never forget.
Happy holidays from Queensgate Gardens. With family in town, it's time to decorate your tree. Visit Queensgate Gardens today to build your own Christmas ornaments. Tell Santa Claus what's on your list and create holiday memories that will last forever. For this season's holiday cheer, visit Queensgate Gardens.
The buzz is absolutely deafening. Let's go! This is an electric environment.
Saturday Night Football, all season long on ABC.
Saturday nights on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Orthopedic Center. This is how we care.
Sing, dance, and let your spirit come alive.
With holiday performances by Gwen Stefani, Lady A, Aloe Black, and more.
Nothing beats the magic of Disney for the holidays.
The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular, Monday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our mountain passes not looking as bad as they were late last night, but still it's a bit snowy / slushy out there. So let's go ahead and take you on that tour of our mountain passes. We start off with Stevens Pass, compact snow and ice. Traction tires are required. That has not changed over the last 30 minutes, but we've already seen some improvements to Snoqualmie Pass. It's still a little bit slushy, but no change required. Traction tires not even advised at this point, but traction tires are still advised down towards White Pass, where it is a little bit slushy with some areas of bare wet pavement in the mix as well. And then we'll take you all the way over to Oregon 204 in the blues. Compact snow and ice and traction tires are advised here. Also, there are some spots of ice for I-84 at Cabbage Hill and Meacham. We're keeping a close eye on that. And also some spots of ice for lower elevations in the Kittitas Valley through 10 a.m. Now we're looking for these areas of pink. This is the Kittitas Valley. We're looking for those areas of pink. Looks like not necessarily on the valley floor, but in the periphery of that. That's where we're seeing some black ice. So just more good reason to take it slow out there on the roadways. Okay, for today, we're going to end up in the 40s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s for the mountains. Then for tonight, we'll see 30s across the map. Our afternoon highs are going to stay put in the 40s in the Yakima Valley over the next 7 days, and those overnight lows going to drop down into the mid-20s by Saturday night, and they'll kind of hold serve at that point. But, of course, more wet weather on the way. That's going to impact for Thanksgiving Day. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, time to talk some sports at 5:41. Winter sports starting up. One of the first to start, girls bowling.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable heard from coaches about the fun and the challenges the teams face.
Only 19 states in America recognize bowling as a varsity sport at the high school level. Washington only offers girls bowling, a sport that isn't as common as others. How does the scoring work? Well, for starters, each team's varsity squad has 5 bowlers.
We do 2 individual games of all 5 bowlers bowling their own game, plus 2 Baker games, which are called team games. So where each of the 5 players will have 2 frames that they bowl. So example, player 1 will bowl the first frame and the 6th frame. Player 2 will bowl the 2nd frame and the 7th frame, so on and so forth.
Coach Bear says this is a sport where you'll see players cheering for the opposing team, even high-fiving opponents after a good shot.
This is one of the best sports out there to actually watch competition and watch camaraderie, because we get along with each other. We don't fight each other like you would see in other sports.
But being a smaller sport comes with its challenges as well. Southridge hosted Richland for a match. Southridge's roster is about half the size of Richland's, with only 7 players.
I would love those parents out there at Southridge to get their kids interested in bowling, because I could use some more girls.
Roster size isn't the only issue. Location can also cause challenges as well. The Kennewick School District bowls at Spare Time Lanes, over 4 miles away from Southridge High School. Currently, the team does not get help with travel for home games.
Because we're the furthest away from the bowling center, the high school is, transportation is a little bit of an issue. We're trying to work around some of that. We get busing during practice days, but they're kind of on their own during match days, so we try to get them to share rides with the seniors and stuff. But
despite the challenges, both teams keep things rolling and support each other no matter what. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
The girls' bowling season started in November, wraps up in February. I'm a horrible bowler.
Me too. Watching that was making my palms a little bit sweaty. I love to hear about the camaraderie that all the girls had.
It's fantastic.
Even on the other team, but like, man, that camaraderie when it's me bowling and it's a bad frame, there's no camaraderie. It's a bad time for everyone.
I'm just awful at it for some reason.
Hey, bumpers up.
Yeah,
these two.
Bumpers up for sure. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to be back after the break with your full first alert forecast, letting us know just where the rain and the snow will be falling over the next couple of days.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Macy's makes millions of stories in one special morning on our parade's 99th year. Magic brings us together in our cozy sweaters, a tradition filled with cheer. Oh, the most wonderful stories start here. Find your next holiday story at Macy's.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go.
Bronco family built wild, it's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
Now through December 1st, get a low-payment lease on Bronco, Bronco Sport, or Ranger, or get a $1,000 Amazon gift card with lease or purchase, only at your local Ford dealer.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
My husband and I had planned our dream home, and it was years in the making. I didn't want to just show up at any big box store. We wanted to sit down, and I want you to spend time with us. Like, this is a big investment. Our family spends so much time in our kitchen, and now that we're moved in, we are so pleased with our experience with Fred's, with the product line, and how it really aesthetically added value to our kitchen. Fred's Appliance over-delivered.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll talk about that Thanksgiving Day forecast in just a second, but the reason why our weather's turning more active again for Wednesday through Friday, we'll throw Saturday into the mix as well, although this will be sort of running on fumes. But anyway, this is the culprit, this low pressure system that's out in the Pacific right now, a cold front, it's got a warm front, and so this will be the weather maker mainly for the days of Wednesday through Friday. So let's show you the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. Looking pretty dry out there for this morning, just seeing a few leftover rain and snow showers up in the Blue Mountains, but that should be done by 8 a.m. Now for lunchtime, starting to see rain chances picking up a little bit more. That's going to continue 5 p.m. You see that warm front approaching from the south and from the west, and so that could provide some showers as we head into this evening. And then for Thanksgiving Day, the rain chances are going to ebb and they're going to flow. So Futurecast picking up on this first round in the morning, looking drier around midday, but then another round as we head into the evening. That's going to continue for Thanksgiving night and into the wee hours of the morning for Black Friday as well. Snow impacts don't look to be as severe this time, as snow levels are going to be much higher, but we are tracking the potential for a little glazing of ice for Blewett Pass and for Snoqualmie Pass, 10 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. on Thursday, so just something to be mindful of. That Thanksgiving Day forecast for both the Yakima and Tri-Cities, temperatures are going to be in the 30s and 40s. It's going to be gray, it's going to be damp. A good day to be grateful inside. And of course, you can track all those precip chances yourself for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And like I mentioned, wet weather going to continue right through Saturday. Here's what that's going to look like in the Tri-Cities. About 50-50 rain chances for Thanksgiving Day and for Black Friday. A good deal drier for Saturday, then completely dry for Sunday and Monday. Those rainfall totals during this stretch going to be over an inch for the Cascades, around 3/4 of an inch for the Blues, and even decent totals for lower elevation. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry today, but rain chances come back tonight and continue through Saturday. In Yakima, rain likely Thanksgiving Day, but trending drier Black Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, icy patches on the roads through 10 this morning, maybe another rain-snow mix Saturday. Then for Hermiston, rain likely for Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, maybe a leftover shower for Saturday. And then for Walla Walla, wet weather is probable for the holiday and Friday, a leftover shower for Saturday, then dry by Sunday.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:49, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A Colotus city councilman has died after troopers say that his car failed to yield and was hit by an SUV on Highway 395 and Vineyard Drive. Troopers tell us 77-year-old Perry Robital died at the scene while the SUV driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. We're told this marks the 10th fatal crash in this same area in just 5 years. Troopers once again urging drivers to slow down, watch for cross traffic, and use extra caution. And a rollover crash on State Route 240 slowed traffic Monday evening after a car left the road, crashed through a fence, and landed upside down in a disc golf course there in Columbia Park. This was near the Edison Street off-ramp. Troopers say the driver, a 48-year-old Kennewick woman, was under the influence and is now facing DUI charges. Another person was taken from the vehicle on a stretcher. Traffic in the westbound lanes backed up for quite some time while crews cleared the scene. Now, Washington Attorney General Nick Brown is suing HUD over rule changes he says would cut funding for permanent supportive housing, the kind many Yakima residents with chronic homelessness, disabilities, or mental health needs rely on. Local groups, including Justice Housing Yakima and Yakima Neighborhood Health, warn that the changes could reverse years of progress and increase unsheltered homelessness. Washington joins 19 states in the lawsuit, arguing that the new rules are illegal and could severely impact rural counties. Staying in Yakima, the Yakima County Sheriff's Team and Fire District 5 crews rescued a 25-year-old man after his canoe flipped in a pond off of I-82 late yesterday morning. Man had been fishing with friends. They didn't have any cell phones to call for help. A driver on the interstate spotted him clinging to the overturned canoe and called 911. Deputies trained in water rescue tied together some ropes and pulled him to safety where medics were waiting. Officials say quick thinking and teamwork made this rescue successful. And the Olympic pipeline has partially restarted after more than a week offline. BP, the operator, says test results allowed them to safely begin moving fuel again east of Everett. Pipeline supplies SeaTac Airport, and during the shutdown, airlines had to make extra stops to refuel or tanker fuel in the region. Oregon declaring a state of emergency since the pipeline supplies 90% of the state's fuel. Officials say the partial restart should help stabilize supply as testing continues. 5:52, taking a look at your national headlines this morning. Some Thanksgiving travelers facing some brutal snowstorms and blizzards today. An Arctic blast continuing across the northern U.S. North Dakota Highway Patrol saying several roads near Fargo closed. National Weather Service reporting at least 8 inches of snow in part of that state. Officials say semi-trucks jackknife blocking the roads in Minnesota, leading to a long pileup of vehicles. You see it right there on your screen. Luckily, no injuries in that crash, but several major airports today say forecasters are expecting possible travel delays and cancellations, and that's the outlook for Chicago, Boston, New York, and even further down the East Coast. Other concern today, bitter cold that is spreading east and south. 5:52 in your business headlines now this morning. It's been 77 years since the first instant camera went on sale. Before we get into the history of that, let's make one thing clear. Despite Outcast's advice to shake it like a Polaroid picture, you should not actually shake the photos. Doing so can distort them. On this day, back in 1948, the Land camera was first offered at Jordan Marsh department store in Boston for around $90. Even at that high price point, it sold out within minutes. The device was the brainchild of Edwin Land, who invented it after his 3-year-old daughter asked him why she couldn't see pictures right away. Well, that started the boom of instant photos, which for decades competed with Kodak's film that had to be developed. Digital killed instant cameras for a while, but they're back and you can still buy them today. 5:53 in your health news this morning. A highly anticipated trial to determine if an oral version of semaglutide could slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease has failed. That's according to the drug maker Novo Nordisk. Semaglutide is the active ingredient in popular drugs Ozempic and Wegovy. Smaller trials and animal studies have suggested that GLP-1s might help slow cognitive decline or reduce neuroinflammation. However, larger trials like this one were needed to confirm whether patients saw actual benefits. Novo Nordisk said the drug did lead to improvements in Alzheimer-related biomarkers, but did not delay progression of the disease. Back at sports at 5:54. Los Angeles Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani plans to play for Japan in next year's World Baseball Classic. He made the announcement on social media. Japan won the tournament over Team USA in 2023, and Ohtani was named MVP. World Baseball Classic, which begins March 5th, is played before the opening of the Major League Baseball season. Ohtani returned to pitching this past season for the Dodgers after an injury kept him off the mound in 2024. He helped the Dodgers win its second straight World Series title, Ohtani capturing his fourth season MVP award. All right, trending this morning, of course, tomorrow, turkey will be served at countless homes across the country on Thanksgiving.
All right, in Washington, D.C., Tuesday, justice was served for two turkeys named Gobble and Waddle, who received a presidential pardon.
Yes, the president did the honors in a decades-long tradition at the White House.
Are you ready? Gobble, I just want to tell you this very important. You are hereby unconditionally pardoned.
Waddle also receiving a pardon. The two birds were hatched last July in North Carolina.
Up to Tuesday, they spent time preparing for the moment by getting acclimated to big crowds and bright lights. The birds will head back to the North Carolina State University campus to live out their lives there. Good for them.
They were living their best lives there in D.C. too. They're in a swanky hotel room overnight.
Get like a 5-course meal.
Probably. Not a Thanksgiving dinner.
No. Anything but that.
Are you doing a full Thanksgiving? Like, what are your plans? Are you doing the whole turkey and 9 yards with friends and?
I think they're doing a spread here, so I'll dabble in that, and then it's a lot of calls back home, just checking on people, telling them I'm grateful for them. More so, they're saying they're grateful for me.
You.
Yeah.
That's how the phone calls go.
Yes. How do your phone calls go?
I think the feeling of gratefulness is mutual.
No, it's mutual. I'm saying they're better at saying they're grateful than I am. I need to learn from them.
Oh, okay. Yes. There you go. It's still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up at 6. A divided Kennewick Council rejects a small tax increase. Now the city is warning a multi-million-dollar shortfall may be on the horizon. Coming up, why the debate over Kennewick's failed 1% levy got so heated. Plus, a small town fights for its library and wins. For months, they packed meetings, raised their voices. Now, Natchez neighbors are finally getting the news that they've been waiting for. Coming up in your 6 o'clock hour, the community effort that turned months of uncertainty into a celebration. And giving you a live look outside from our Dust Double camera in Pasco this morning. A lot of people hitting the roads for Thanksgiving travel. And what can they expect, Josh?
Yeah, they can expect the roadways still to be a little bit slushy for mountain passes, but that situation is definitely going to be improving throughout the rest of this morning. And then more rain on the way for Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, and looking a little bit dry by Saturday. We'll talk about all of that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.